Hi everyone, it's Becky here. So this evening after typing my thesis and practicing a little bit of piano, I'm gonna sketch in my art journal. So today I have these little persimmons. Let's get started. So here is my current art journal spread. I think this page over here is perfect for these persimmons because the persimmons are having the same color as these pumpkins. And you can check out my sketch process tutorial video of how I sketched this pumpkin patch scenery in the previous video. So here I have these persimmons in a random placement, pretty natural setup. So before I start putting pen on paper, I always take about a minute or two to envision the size and placement of everything on the white space first. And now I am drawing this persimmon not being covered by the others. I started drawing the round body and now the stem with all of the details on top. And now I'm drawing this one behind it. Again, the organic outline of the stem. It's kind of like a leaf. The texture. Using double or multiple lines to accentuate shade. Okay, now I'm gonna draw this persimmon on the very front. I'm making it a little bit bigger because objects in the foreground look slightly bigger than the ones on the back. Using thin lines and a little bit hatching to suggest shade and fold. Okay, looking pretty good. Envision the one behind it with hand gesture. And now drawing this one. It's a little bit off the page, but it's pretty interesting this way. It's very dramatic. And drawing the stem the same way, using multiple lines to accentuate shade part. And another persimmon behind this. The stems are really cute. And again, it's pretty important to use double or multiple lines to accentuate certain areas or edges to suggest shade and to give more density. Here and there, a little bit darker. There it is for the drawing part. And now I'm ready to paint with watercolors. This is my Etchr watercolors with 24 half pens. And I never clean these mixing areas because I can always use these leftover colors by wetting them with clear water, so I don't have to waste time mixing again. Okay, so using a Holbein brand water brush, a large tip water brush, it's pretty watery, so I wetted the areas first with clear water, and now adding this first layer. This is not the color that I see on the surface, it was kind of like an underpainting. A mix of orange and medium yellow, and I left some tiny space white to suggest highlight. These persimmons are pretty shiny. Keep mixing orange, medium yellow, and then a little bit brown. Some persimmons might look a bit more brownish. Okay, and leave those highlight spots white and shiny. Painting these stamps with mix of viridian green and yellow ochre. Pretty lightly. For the first layer, I like to keep it light. Second layer is more orange. Orange mixed with a little bit magenta. As you can see, I'm leaving some areas from the first layer and also save those bright spots shiny by not painting them. I also mixed in some yellow ochre and a little bit green, because these persimmons are not clean orange colors. Mixing in a little bit red and green just gives them a more of an organic orange color. And now I am ready to paint the second layer for the stamps or the caps. Red and green mixed with a little bit yellow ochre over the first layer, and also leaving some teeny tiny spots white so they look more lively instead of solid green. Each green actually looks a little bit more different. I actually mix in a little bit brown into the green, so some parts look more brownish green, very organic, earthy color. This is actually a blend of multiple kinds of greens, not just one single solid green. Painting this way, it really takes observation skills and it gives more life to the things that we paint, especially organic things. Okay, third layer, I'm starting to add the shade. So to mix the shade color for these persimmons, I mix in the leftover green into the orange, as you can see on my mixing tray. Mixing in more green to intense the shade color. Add another layer of even more intense shade color, or even add on the green directly. Okay, so now I'm ready to paint the shadows. Before I add the shadow colors on, I'm painting this reflective color using leftover orange, because pretty much every physical thing in the world is reflecting its own color on the surface. And now I'm blending on this mix of purple and ultramarine blue. Just let the two colors blend together. A more intense mix of ultramarine blue and purple around the edges of these persimmons. So these shadows look stronger. That's it. So after painting, I use my brush pen to write the Chinese or Japanese character meaning persimmons and the English name below. And so I decided to add a border around, because there are a lot of empty spaces in here and I don't want to add any further sketches on this page. So I think a border like this, it holds these persimmons tighter onto the page. So thank you so much for watching my video. If you like my video, please click like and leave me a comment below, and subscribe to my channel for weekly updates. Hey everyone, now I'm ready to play this song called Little Brown Jug. So it's a really cute tune. Let's go. I hope you have a wonderful weekend.